everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is Movie Monday. So to continue with my Harry Potter Movie Monday series, today I will be reviewing Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I think the Goblet of Fire is probably one of my favorites out of the whole series. I think it has something to do with the whole competition aspect type of it. But it basically leaves off with what we saw last time in The Prisoner of Azkaban when Peter Pettigrew got away. And we see him and this mysterious man and Lord Voldemort, and we learn that he's on his way back. And then we see Harry and his friends enjoying the Quidditch Cup, and all of a sudden their fun is destroyed because of these, from what they believe, Dementors ruin the party, and they're looking for Harry. So that leaves it very interesting. When they start the school year at Hogwarts, they learn that they'll be getting a new defense against the dark arts teacher. I mean, at this point, the position's basically cursed because anybody who has it ends up, they end up not lasting long. And they also learn what's special about this year is that Hogwarts will be hosting the Triwizard Tournament that happens every 4 years, I believe they said, and they'll be competing against, I believe their names are Durmstrang and Beauxbaton Academy, and Durmstrang is an all-boys school, and we saw one of their students, Victor Crumb, in the Quidditch World Cup, and Beauxbaton is a all-girls school. So they put their name into write their name in the Goblet of Fire, anybody 17 or over, and the goblet will choose the best out of the three schools. Victor Crumb was chosen from Durmstrang. Fleur Delacour was chose from Beauxbaton, and Cedric Diggory was chose for Hogwarts. But then all of a sudden you see this name fly out, and it's Harry Potter, which is unbelievable because, first of all, nobody over the age of 17 could enter, and Dumbledore made a protection spell around it so nobody could try to use magic to enhance their age. And the fact that it's always been 3 people. So they're all wondering if Harry put his name in the Goblet of Fire or not, and they learn somebody did, but they're not sure who, and they try to get Harry out of it, and they say it's a binding contract. He has no choice but to compete. So I believe it's his new defense against the dark arts teacher, Professor Moody, kind of trains him in a way, and they have an interesting class with him. We learn a little bit about Neville Longbottom's parents, and I guess the Imperious Curse is what, they're not dead, but they, apparently what happened is they refused to give information to Voldemort, so he did this torture curse on them, and it's actually kind of sad. But you see, Ron's very jealous at Harry because he gets to compete in the Triwizard Cup, and is jealous that he gets to compete, and a lot of the people are mad at Harry. They even make Potter Stinks buttons, which is awful, I think. And they the first task is dragons, and this is actually pretty cool. They had to reach in the bag, and whatever dragon they picked, that's the one they had to that's the one they had to go up against. I mean, the whole point of the task was they had to try to get an egg, and Harry did it. He made it through the first task, and the second task was a bit more challenging, and that had to deal with, they had to swim underwater, and one of their loved ones was under the sea, and Harry's being Ron, and Fleur's sister was under there, but Fleur couldn't finish the challenge, so Harry Potter not only saved Ron, but he saved Fleur's sister. So it really shows what a true hero Harry is. And what's also awesome about this movie is that they see Hermione in a new light, because with the Triwizard Tournament, Hogwarts also hosts the Yule Ball, which all this the Tri-Wizard champions, they perform this dance and take a date. It's like tradition according to Professor McGonagall. So she has them all take at least all of Gryffindor house take a dance lesson so they don't embarrass themselves. But Hermione does this spell to make her hair look different, so Ron and Harry kind of see Hermione in a new light. So Ron and Harry are kind of dealing with, I guess, first date, and it didn't go too well. They weren't really great first date people. But Harry learns a little bit about some of the characters in that's around him. They learn when Barty Crouch dies. I think he was the Master of Games in charge of the whole Triwizard Tournament. He learns that his son was actually a Dementor, so that kind of speculates what's to come. The final task is they have to go into this big maze, and there's a ton of creatures and stuff in there to stop them. And I believe I don't know what it was about Victor. He seemed like he was like possessed or something, and Filior was taken. So it was Cedric and Harry, so they both go after the cup, and it takes them into this abandoned graveyard, and you see Voldemort and Peter Pettigrew, and Peter Pettigrew ends up killing Cedric Diggory, which was so sad because he was just so innocent. And that they need Harry Potter's blood for this potion, so they I think they cut him in a way, and the potion they throw the body of Voldemort in, and then Voldemort's back to life again. It was very creepy to watch, and all of his followers are there, and I guess with the potion now is that before Voldemort couldn't get to Harry because of the true love protection from his mother, but now he can touch Harry. And when they go to battle it out, it's like an intense scene with Voldemort and Harry. And what we see from the spell is the spirits of Harry's parents saying how proud they are of him, and saying that they'll be able to not they'll be able to shield off Voldemort to give Harry enough time to escape. And Cedric's spirit appears and says to take his body back, and he does, and Harry reappears in front of everyone. They're all cheering because they think he won, but then they all are shocked and devastated to see that Cedric is dead. And Professor Moody goes to take Harry away because he's visibly upset because that happened to him, and he takes him. And Professor Moody talks about the graveyard, and that's when Harry thought he didn't say anything about a graveyard, and that's when it's revealed that that's not actually Professor Moody. It's Barty Crouch Jr., the person I was telling you about earlier. And we learned that Professor Moody's been locked in a trunk this whole time, and they have a nice farewell for Cedric. It was all Hufflepuff colors, which was his house. I mean, that's why I consider my house too, Hufflepuff. And as Dumbledore actually said, one of my favorite quotes from the whole Harry Potter series, he says, although we come from different places and speak in different tongues, our hearts beat as one. I think that's just such a deep quote. I love it. And they all the students from Beauxbaton and Durmstrang part ways, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione are kind of, well, especially Hermione's kind of sad because this means Voldemort is back, so this kind of sets the tone for the next 3 movies. And they're like, everything's going to change now, and they're like, Harry just simply says, yes, they are. And that basically is it for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies just because I guess the whole competing aspect of it, and you see a lot of the characters growing in a way, so it's very It's very nice, and you get to see a lot of new characters and then form new relationships. So, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is a really good movie. Next week I will be reviewing Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So I hope you guys enjoy this Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire review. Like, subscribe, and remember, stay regal.